EWS,
the Overnight Underground Podcast. Here's the headlines. Trump goes all cleaning fluid and light. The Cuomos take bleach baths. Masks that were once good are now bad again. A petition demands free Netflix. And haircuts are now a criminal activity. These stories and more coming up on today's Overnight Underground News. I'm John Ford. Well, President Trump stepped in at this time. During Thursday's coronavirus press circus, Trump suggested that we can start treating the pandemic with light, even inside your body.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light. And I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting.
But wait, there's more. How about using cleaners and disinfectant? Once again, maybe on your lungs and such.
And then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number in the lungs, so it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me.
You know, I'm trying to come up with some kind of logic for his diatribe. Maybe cut him a bit of slack because he's a layman and all, but I just can't wrap my head around the trinity of the healing powers of sunlight, ultraviolet light, and household disinfectants.
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
Maybe Gwyneth Paltrow can, but I can't. Even Lysol Friday morning felt they had to issue a warning against injecting disinfectants. You see, here's the problem. Some idiot is going to take this stuff as gospel truth and shove a light bulb up his or her anus and turn on the juice. Or inject a few milliliters of Mr. Bubble.
Apply directly to the forehead.
Or even bathe in bleach. And speaking of idiots bathing in bleach, it seems that Chris Cuomo, yes, that Chris Cuomo, the genius man from CNN, his wife, Christina Cuomo, believes that a good bleach bath is a valid treatment for coronavirus. Christina Cuomo posted on the Purist website the Cuomo's regimen for fighting and wrangling with the coronavirus. It includes adding, quote, 1/2 cup of Clorox to my bathwater to combat the radiation and metals in my system and oxygenate it. Other treatments include using a body charger to send electrical frequencies through the body to oxygenate the blood. And of course, in week 2, the Cuomo's fight against the evil coronavirus, she claimed that a fever spike was aggravated by the full moon.
Force is strong in my family.
You can read the entire wackadoodle Hamptons Ramalama Ding Dong post on the Purist.com website. That link, of course, available at overnightunderground.com. Me? I'm eating pepperoni pizza, fried chicken, and tacos. And ain't no coronavirus around my household, so checkmate, Mr. and Mrs. Cuomo. Meanwhile, Chris's brother, the New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, discussed his relationship with the president with late-night TV host Trevor Noah.
Well, the relationship between myself and the president is the president doesn't like me.
Governor Cuomo, I'm sure lots of other folks don't like you either. And the people that hate Trump? Well, that number is stratospheric. Cuomo went on to say, quote, who cares about how I feel about him personally? My feelings are irrelevant. My emotions are irrelevant. Just do the job. You know, if that's the case, Governor, why even bring it up?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Who would have thunk it? Now wearing a face mask is bad again. One expert recently said, as reported in the Express, that wearing a mask might in fact increase your chance of contracting coronavirus. The chair of the Royal College of GP, Martin Marshall, told BBC's Radio 4 Today Show that wearing a mask might cause you to touch your face more and possibly make you more susceptible to infection.
Indeed, if people wear masks, there's a risk that they play around with it, they play with their eyes more, and maybe even a higher risk of picking up an infection.
Yeah, but what about wearing pants?
He doesn't wear pants.
Someone is placing Wuhan plague plaques around Atlanta. AJC reports that the bronzed plaques featuring Winnie the Pooh eating a bat with chopsticks have begun appearing around town. The Atlanta Police Department has been notified about the signs, and the Bias-Motivated Crime Unit, yes, they have one of those, has been informed of the dastardly deed. But so far, no arrests have been made. They really need to get Barney Fife on this stat.
I say this calls for action, and now, nip it in the bud.
This has got to win the First World Problem of the Week award. A petition is swirling around the internet demanding that Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, and other streaming services should be free during the coronavirus lockdown. The petition has so far garnered around 50,000 votes. The language in the petition said, quote, "This petition asks that all worldwide streaming services enact a temporary 60-day stoppage of membership charges, as well as per-movie rental fees," adding that making the services free is a, quote, "responsible community health strategy." Some people just aren't happy seeing restaurants, retail, movie theaters, and other businesses fail. They even want those doing okay to fail as well. It's sort of like some evil, twisted game of capitalistic schadenfreude. Besides, if you get free time on Netflix, you'll soon figure out that the discount rack down at the dollar store has a better selection of movies. It's been tough getting a haircut during the lockdown. And yes, some folks have resorted to doing it themselves or having a family member take a whack at it.
Can you just picture a group of vigilantes on the strip, armed with barber shears, and after we've grabbed a few of these Goldilocks boys and fixed them up with crew cuts, I'll bet you they'd all take to the hills.
But if you live in New Hampshire, giving yourself a haircut could land you in jail for up to a year. An article in the New Hampshire Union Leader points out that in New Hampshire, cutting hair without a state license is indeed a Class A misdemeanor. Anyone who does not possess a state license to give a manicure, pedicure, cut hair, or even shave, yeah, even for free, and even within your own family, is a criminal. But what if you use a Flowbee? Can you sue the manufacturer of the vacuum cleaner?
Come and get me, Captain! You flat-footed, lame-brained, soft-ass sons of bitches!
Okay, that's enough for today.
N-E-W-S.
A mostly correct and occasionally incomplete transcript and links to reference sources and articles of this Overnight Underground can be found at overnightunderground.com.